It's going to be such a wonderful time for the choir to let their light shine over in England. And this, of course, is a big part of our efforts in this year to get in touch with our Anglican and Episcopal roots here at St. John's. It was very much part of our Visioning the Vineyard strategic plan, and I think this is a perfect way to live into that spirit of connecting not only with the local churches, but the church throughout the world.
A couple years ago, Elizabeth came to me and said, "What do you think of the idea if we took the choir to England?" I said, "That's great, but it's going to take a lot of work."
When we started the process of talking about fundraising, Betsy and Elizabeth and Lisa had already devised an unbelievable plan.
Coming up with ideas that have a theme, that's something you're going to bring enjoyment to people so they can donate their money, but they're also getting something out of it. So things that we did, like the British invasion, which raised a lot of money for our trip, but it was also so much fun, and it was nothing, we'd never done anything like that here before.
Well, shake it up, baby, now. Shake it up, baby. Twist and shout. Twist and shout. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby, now. Come on, baby. Come on and work it on out.
It was Mary Poppins' 50th anniversary, and of course there was a Harry Potter and English tea. I mean, all things that were iconic about England. What was wonderful about these fundraisers is that they reached out to different age groups, and there were different kind of venues, and there was something for everyone to enjoy. The only fundraiser that was off-site was the Swan House fundraiser, and it was a wonderful event.
Father Dave and I had a conversation, and Betsy and I had a conversation about it. And I said, well, I'll be glad to contact some people to see if they'd like to help with the event. And it was wonderful because everybody we called just said yes.
You know, it was an event that anyone could come to and not feel excluded. So it was just about having fun and understanding what this trip was all about and what it meant, not just to the choir, but to the whole parish.
The Swan House event that night, there was just such a spirit of celebration, a spirit of anticipation as we were getting ready for this big trip, and we want to support the choir. But really what I loved was when people came together in song, whether it was the choir offering up some selections, but also in the parts that included everyone there, the congregation, so to speak, that night at the Swan House. They had a chance to participate in that, and you could feel us come together as one.
Even though the choir members are going, and they're going to be the voices that will be heard, we all feel like we're taking a part of this journey.
It makes me feel happy when I sing.
Singing, to me, singing is my prayer.
This opportunity to go to England and be with each other on a train or a bus or in the airplane or eating meals together, playing, sightseeing, really strengthens the bonds that we already have. But I think it further deepened our connection to each other and to the church and to God.
He will say to me, you are my Father, my God, and the rock of my salvation.
There was excitement about, oh, this is the music that we're going to sing. And as we got closer to leaving, there was even more excitement because we were sounding better, and pretty soon we were going to be leaving, and it really was a fun summer.
After rehearsing diligently for a couple of months, And we finally got there, and I felt confident, and I think everyone else did too.
We have to prepare music for 7 different services in 6 days. Anthems and psalms and organ pieces or voluntaries.
All of that rehearsal paid off, and you just hit the ground running, and it's like, oh yeah, we remember how to do this, and this is, yeah, we can do this.
The minute I approached Christ Church and I saw this space and I looked at this magnificent building and the intricacies of it, and I thought of the masons and those guys who worked day and night to make this such a beautiful place, I said to myself, I've got to do the best I can in my singing.
These were not concerts, these were services, this was worship.
Processing into Christ Church for that first service, it was quite moving.
By the time we got up there and we began singing and everybody else sang, I thought that I heard the best that I had ever heard before in singing.
We arrived in Lichfield on Saturday afternoon, and I remember just as soon as we got there, we had to prepare for another evensong.
Walking in the Lichfield, it was huge. You walk in and there were all of these chairs up to one altar, and then there was the choir, and then another altar past that.
There was a man in Lichfield with hearing aids, and afterwards he said, I don't hear very well, but you all sang the Psalms and I could understand them. And he said, thank you.
We only had 2 days there in total. The next day we had Eucharist in the morning. It was our only Sunday Eucharist that we sang for. Singing in that space was like nothing else that I'd done previously in my life.
To go with other musicians and be able to have this kind of trip is the best possible way I could imagine being able to do that.
The choir is a second family for me.
I felt so connected to the rest of the choir, and it just was an amazing experience.
I hope I will always carry this for the rest of my life, that anytime I'm in this space where I can sing to the glory of God, I must do the best that I can do.
Thank you, St. John.
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 Thank you for the opportunity to go to England.
Thank you, St. John's.
Thank you, St. John's.
Thank you, St. John.
Thank you, St. John's.
Thank you, St. John.
Thank you, St. John's.
Thank you, St. John.
Thank you, St. John. Thank you, St. John's.
Thank you, St.